Talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Tannehill. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And now a fumble. The ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll try the left side with Evans. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Second and 11 now. Tannehill. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man, when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Very short kick taken right at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
On second down, Etienne once more. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Still going. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Just beating the play clock now. It's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Lawrence. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
60 outlaw. You draw corpus. 54 right there. 54 Mike. Hey, I 7.
Lawrence on third down. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From midfield now, Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Tannehill. He'll flip this out to Evans. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Woo! You got it! You got it!
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second and 8. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 14-7. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Pulls it in at the 13. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Stop your whining. Mike's my 4. Mike's my 4.
Here's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Hey, Orban.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Connection made with Shenault. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Titan football. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the give, this is Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. To throw is Tannehill. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. On the handoff, Evans. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. He's got Anderson right side. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Evans. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Tannehill. On the screen, this is Evans. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to surge ahead with Evans. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Darrynton Evans, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Titans 21, Jaguars 7. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the screen. Hey, Echo. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Buzz.
The ball. Let's keep moving. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Touchdown, Jaguars. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They give it to Anderson, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's Tannehill. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. A give to Etienne running right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Another tote for Etienne. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog.
Lawrence throwing quickly out for Chark. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Touchdown! Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jags are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st down, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, it's Evans. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Tannehill. Evans has it left side. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Bullock's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. He'll look to throw. Able to find Ertz. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Mills.
And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. The Titans go victory formation down to a knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now Tannehill. That's to his running back, complete.
And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.